Okay, so in today's training, we are looking at introduction to some software tools, shapes drawing, shape color works, and formats for saving your works. So when you open the Photoshop CSS Extended, these are the tools we use, and we are going to look at some of them. Now, when you put the mouse cursor on each tool, the name of the tool will appear. So the first tool is Move Tool. Again, after the name of the tool, you may see a shortcut for the tool. So this one you see Move Tool into bracket V. It means when you click V on the keyboard, it's going to select that tool. This one is called Rectangular Mask Tool. And when you click M on the keyboard, it's going to select it. So every tool has its name. Again, almost most of the tools they have their sub tools. Okay, so you see this drop down arrow. When you click on it, that drop down arrow, when you click on it, when you right click on that tool, you see the tools under that tool, the sub tools under this tool. When you right click on this one too, you see them. When you right click on this one, you see them. Okay, so that is it. So the first tool is called the Move tool. The Move tool, it is used for moving aspects of your work. Okay, so let me open one project work. So this is a work I've already created. Okay, let me open another one. So to open already created work which is editable, you can go to File and you go to Open, or you use Ctrl O on the keyboard and you locate your file and open it. Okay, so you keep the layers. Okay, so the first tool, the Move tool, it is used to move aspects of the work. So let's say I want to move this name, child. I can't move it when I've not selected the Move tool. So let's say I've selected this tool. You see, I cannot move the letter or the word child. No, I have to select the Move tool. Okay, then I can move it like this, and I can move it. If you've selected the Move tool and you can't move it, then maybe it means you have not checked these two settings, the Show Transform Controls and the Auto Select. They have to always be checked. Okay, so the Move tool is used to move aspects of the work. Okay, that is the Move tool. That is the Move tool. Okay, the next tool is Rectangular Mask tool. When you right click on it, we have other sub tools. Okay, so it is also used for cropping. So let's say you select the rectangular tool and you come and select this one. The Move tool is also used for selecting works. For apart from the moving, for selecting works. And before you move, you will need to left click on that area, then you move. Okay, like this. And this second tool that we are on, it is also used to crop. So I can left click and drag it like this. Okay, and I can crop that area. Or I can also copy that area. To copy that area, you press Ctrl+J on the keyboard, Ctrl+J. So you see that area is copied. So I can now use the move key to move what I have cropped or copied. You see, that area is copied. Let's say I want to copy a circular shape, then I can click on the two, right click and select this circular one, the elliptical masquerade tool. Then I can come here and draw a shape, then Ctrl J, Ctrl J, then I use the move tool to move it, you see. Okay, so that is it. So we have many of the tools. We will just look at some of them. This is quick selection tool. Let's see, the third one is lasso tool. When you right click, we also have a sub tools. It is also used for making selection. Okay, for making selection. I mostly use this and this one, this and this one. So the middle one is called polygon lasso tool. Let's say you are cropping a work. Okay, let me search an image. Okay, so I'm putting that picture on a different background for this practical. Okay, so this is the chairman of the Church of Pentecost, Apostle Eric Yameche. Okay. So let's say I want to cut the background of this picture. I can click on these two, right click, select the polygon lasso tool, then I come and crop it. But before you do the cropping, make sure the picture is rationalized. What does it mean? Every item you create here, you have its layer here at the layer panel. So this is the picture. So you right click on the picture and you select rationalized. Okay, this one, rationalized layer. If the layer is already rationalized like this, then you leave it. Okay, so now let's crop the background. So you click on it like this and you can take your time and crop the background. You can zoom it in so you see it well. The picture, because I copied, is not that clear. I needed to download it, so you can crop the background like this, you see. Okay, let me give, okay, so that is how we use it. Let me choose another picture. Let's say this one. Okay, so to use these two, I can select it and then I zoom my work and I can use it to crop it. To crop the background. I continue cropping till I'm done with cropping all the background. So that's how we use that tool. Okay, that's how we use that tool. You can also use the magic lasso tool, this one. That one, you will not need to be clicking the edges. You will just click one and you drag it along the edges. It will select it by default. So you click and you drag it like this along the edges of the shape, and it will just select it. But sometimes the disadvantage of using that tool is it may select where you don't want it to select. So you need to bring it back and you double click to join the two sides like this. Then you click the backspace on the keyboard to delete it like this. To deselect, you click Ctrl+D to deselect like this. Okay, so let's say after cropping it like this, you see this area you don't like, so you go and select the first tool, the polygon tool. Then you come and you manually crop it. You manually crop that area. So you take your time to work on it to make it appear good and nice. Okay, that is how we use that tool. To undo, you will click Ctrl+Z. To double undo or to undo multiple times, you click Ctrl+Alt+Z, then you click another Z till you get to where you want. We have the next tool, which is quick selection tool. It is also used for selection and the cropping. So when you right click, we have quick selection tool and we have magic wand tool. This quick selection tool, when you select, you left click on the color you want to crop and you drag it like this. It will select. Okay. When you click the backspace, it will crop it. So you left click, you drag it. The disadvantage is it may select where you don't want. You see, it may select where you don't want, except the background is very uniform. Okay, but you may get a certain picture, it will work very good on it. Now, we also have still under that tool, we also have the magic wand tool. When you select that one too and click on the color, it will select that color like this. So when you click the background color, it will crop it. The cropping tool or the selection tool I mostly use is this one, and this one. But with this one, you manage it, okay? You manually do it, so you can use it to take your time and crop the picture well. But sometimes there are other pictures, other selection tools work good, or it work great on those pictures. So this is the quick selection tool and the magic wand tool. We have the crop tool. The crop tool is used to crop your entire work. So when you click on it, if I want to crop this part, I will left click and hold and drag it like this. I can, so it's used to adjust the background to crop some parts out or in. When you are done, you enter or you click on enter on the keyboard like this. Okay, so that is the crop tool. So we have many tools here. Some of them, depending on your work, you rarely use them. This is the brush tool. Brush, when you click on it, we have under it we have other sub tools. Okay, So the brush tool is used for brushing hair. So let's say you want to paint this area, you left click and you paint like this. Okay, you paint like that. You can, after selecting the tool, you can right click and you see its options. Okay, so when I right click, I see the size, so I can adjust the size, and the hardness I can adjust it if I want. Okay, so now I can paint. Okay, I can paint like this. I can also reduce the opacity of it up here to, let's say, 30, so that it won't be that deep. Okay, so that is the brush 2. Now let's say I don't want black color. I come down here, you see black here. Under the tools, you see black here. You click on it and you select the color you want. After that, you click on OK or Enter on the keyboard. Then you can use that color. You can also select a color from the work. Okay, so let's say you want to select this mauve color here. You click on Alt on the keyboard, Alt. So the cursor will turn like this. Then you click on the color you want to select. So let's say this one. When you click on it, you see the color panel here will change. Okay, you look at it. Wherever you click, that color will be selected whilst you are pressing the Alt. So Alt plus the left key, you select that color and you can use it to paint. Okay, so this is the brush to undo, Control plus Alt plus Z, another Z, another Z. So you undo till you are okay, or to where it can get to. I think you can go backward up to 5 times or so. So the next tool is the Chrome stamp tool. It also has its uses for croning part of the work. Okay, so you can also right click and adjust its sizes. So let's say I want to clone this part. Okay, I press the Alt key. I press the Alt key and then I click on that area, and that area will be selected. You press the Alt key on the keyboard, then you left click on that area. It will be selected, so I can bring it up here, and you see I've cloned it to that area. I can clone this one, bring it here. So that is how that tool also works, depending on the work you are creating. This is eraser tool. Eraser tool, and it is also used to erase the work. You can adjust this up by clicking on the right mouse button after selecting the key. Then you adjust the sizes and the hardness as you want. So you see it is used to erase the work. It is used to erase the work. That is the eraser tool. Okay. We have other tools here. Some of them you use them on commonly. This is the text tool for typing. Okay, so when you select, you click and you start typing. Apostle Eric Nyame Che. Okay, so you can adjust the color of the text. We will look at it as we move on. You can adjust the color, and you can also adjust the sizes. So you can use the move tool. When you click on the move tool, you see it will be selected like this. Then you can click and hold one side and drag it. Okay. As you are dragging it, if you want all the sizes to be uniform, you click and hold one side like this. You click the left mouse button and hold it, and you also press the shift key in addition before you move in order to get a uniform size. Okay. Alternatively, after selecting the text to T here, you can also adjust the size up here. Okay, we will look at it into details. So now you can use the move tool to move it. Okay. When you select the T, the text tool, it has these options up here. So you can click this option and a pop-up a drop down menu will appear. You can also adjust your text here. Okay. So whenever you want to move it, you need to select the move tool by pressing the V on the keyboard or using your mouse to come and select. Okay. So that is the text tool. So this is how we use some of the tools, and this tool to rectangular tool is used for drawing shapes. So this is rectangle, you draw your rectangle. Okay. When you left click, you see other shapes. Okay. You see other shapes, and we have what we call the custom shapes. When you click on it, you see the custom shapes up here. You see the arrow key. When you click on the drop down arrow, you see the shapes. You see the shapes. Now, these are not the full list of the shapes. To get all the shapes, you click on the settings icon here and you click on all, this one, all. Okay. So now you have all the tools. You have all the tools. Okay. So let's say I want to use this one. I select, I come to my work, left click and hold. I can add a shift to get a uniform shape. Then I drag it like this and I have my shape, the telephone shape. Okay. So let us undo. So this is how we use some of the tools. As we move on, you may know the uses of other tools as well. Okay, so now let's go to shapes, drawing, color works, and formats for saving your works. Okay, so to draw a shape, you use this tool. You use this tool. So you right click on it and you select the shape you want. So we have rectangle. For drawing rectangles, you left click. After selecting it, you left click and hold, then you drag it to draw your rectangle. You can use the same to draw a square. Okay, like this. Now let's say you want all the sizes to be equal, then you left click and hold and also click and hold the shift key in addition to the left mouse button, then you drag it. Whenever you add a shift, it means you want all the sizes to be equal, like this. So when you release the left mouse button and the shift, you have your shape like this. So that is it. You can use the move tool to move it. You can click here, left click, add a shift and adjust it. Okay. So that is how we draw square and rectangle. This is rounded rectangle. Okay, so you can try that one too, like this. You use the move key, you move it. Okay. The same tool, we have ellipse tool for drawing circles. So you left click and you draw like this. If you want it to be circle with all sizes equal, you add the shift key. So you left click, you add the shift key, then you drag like this. You use the move tool to arrange it. Okay. So that is how we draw the shapes. Let's go there again. We have polygon tools for drawing polygons. Okay, so when you select the polygon tools, you see up here we have the number 5. It means pentagon, 5 sides. When you make it 3, it means you are coming to draw a triangle. So like this, triangle. If you make it 4, it means you are going to draw a quadrilateral like this. If you make it 5, pentagon. You see, you can use the move tool to move it. 6, hexagon. 7, heptagon, and so on. Okay, you can even make it 9, nonagon. So you draw your shape. Now you also see line tool for drawing lines and custom shape, as I already said, for drawing custom shapes. So you see the custom shapes. Okay, you can come and click here and select any custom shape that you wish to use. Okay, so that is it. This is how we draw shapes. Now let's look at shape color works. Shape color works. So let's say we want to change the color of this shape. We use the move tool. Okay, you use the move tool to select it by clicking on it. Everything you have here, you have its layer at the layer panel here, at the right side here, the layer panel. So you use the move tool to select them and to move them. Okay, so let's say we want to change the color of this one. You use the move tool by pressing V on the keyboard to select it like this. Then you come down here below the layer panel. We have FX. You right click on the FX and you see some options. You see color overlay. You click on color overlay and the color panel will appear like this. To change the color or the current color, you click on this shape, this color, you click on it and the color panel will be open for you like this. Here you can adjust it. Okay, you can adjust it. You can drag them aside by left clicking and holding on top here to drag it. Okay, you can click on any of these colors like this, like this, like this, and you can also adjust it here by clicking the area you want. So you can select this one, come and click here. If you are done, you click OK, then another OK. So that is it. Let's change this one to green. So you while on the move tool, you click on it, you come down here, FX, color overlay. We can click up here and hold, left click and hold and drag it so we can see. We click here, we select left, let's drag this one. We select green, let's say deep green or dark one. Then we click on OK. So this is how we add color to shapes. Now let's say we want to save our work. There are two forms of saving your work. You can save it. Okay, there are many forms actually, but if you want it to be in the editable format, then you have to save it in the Photoshop PSD format. Okay, but if you want your work to be like what you have created, you can save it as JPEG. So let's say you want to save this work, you go to File and you go to Save As. Because we are saving it for the first time, you go to Save As. Or because it's the first time saving it, even if you click on the save, it will give you the same results. So you can either do it this way, or you use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+S. and it will appear like this, or you go to File, Save As, and it will come like this. So you select where you want to save it, let's say desktop, and the file name, let's say shapes. So the format, when you click here, you see the many forms that you can save your work. We have the Photoshop PSD format. That one is the editable format. So if you want to save your work so that later you can come and open it and make some corrections and whatever, you need to save it in PSD format. Okay, so PSD, then on the desktop I click on save. Okay, so I have my work on the desktop, this one, and you see shapes. Okay, so if I want to open it, let me close this one. If I want to open it, I just go to File and I click on Open, or I use the shortcut Ctrl-O. It will take me here. I go to Desktop, I search for shapes because I've saved it as shapes. I search it, this is it, I click on it, double click on it, and it has opened. I can continue my work. I can, if it is a flyer that I prepared or created, I can adjust it, do correction, whatever. But let's say after saving it as PSD format, I want to also get the picture one like it is. You save it as JPEG, so you go to File, Save As, and here you choose, instead of Photoshop PSD, you choose JPEG, this one, not the JPEG 2000, the long one. No, you use this one, the short one, JPEG. You click on it, then you select where you want to save it, let's say desktop. You click on OK. Then this option will come. The quality, always choose 12, which is the maximum. Don't choose 8 or 5, no. Choose 12, which is the maximum. Then you click on OK, and your work will be saved. So when we go to the desktop, this is the work. You see the shapes. So when we open it, this is the work that we've created. So we have the picture form like this, and we also have the editable one, which is the Photoshop PSD format. So this is how we create shapes, how we do color work, and how we save our works in the PSD format and also as JPEG. We are continuing our training and we are going to look at some things like shadow works, color gradients, stroke works, custom shapes and layer arrangements. Now to draw a custom shape, I think yesterday I made mention of it. You come to this tool here, where it is written rectangular tool. The shortcut for it is the U on the keyboard. So when you place the cursor on it, you see rectangular tool into bracket U. So the U is the shortcut. You can press on U on the keyboard and it will select that tool. Now you see a drop down arrow there. Okay, so you right click on that tool and you see the sub tools under it. You see the sub tools. We have rectangle tool, rounded rectangle tool, and other tools. And you see down here we have custom shape tool. So that is what we use to draw a custom shape. Okay, so let's start drawing something. Let's create a background by going to File, New, or we can also use Ctrl N on the keyboard. Let's make the background A4. So we go to Custom, we click on the drop down arrow, we go to International Paper, we select A4. Okay, we want to use the A4, so we click on OK, and this is our A4 background. Let's rotate it. We go to Image, Rotation 90 degrees, and we've rotated it. Okay, so now let's draw a custom shape. So we go down here to where we have the rectangular tool, we right click and we select custom shape tool. So when you select it, you see up here where we have the shape, you see the shape, the current shape will be on. So you can click on the drop down arrow or you click on the shape and the various shapes will appear. You can move the scroll bar down like this to see the various shapes. Okay, to see the various shapes, or you can use your 2 fingers if you are using a laptop, 2 fingers to scroll the mouse on the laptop. You scroll it up to see the other shapes. Now if all the shapes are not showing, you go to the settings, this one, the settings here, you click on the settings and you come down here, you see all, you click on the all and you click on OK, so that all the custom shapes will come. Okay, so let's draw a custom shape. Let's say we want to draw a shape. Let's say this one. Okay, so we've selected it. Now we come to our work and we draw the shape by clicking on the left mouse button and dragging it. Okay, but if you want the shape to be uniform, you click on the left mouse button and the shift key on the keyboard and you drag it, okay, like this. So this is our shape. To move it, you press the V on the keyboard or you select the move tool here and you can move it. To increase the size, you can put the cursor at one corner, left click on it, press the shift on the keyboard to have the size uniform, and you can drag it to the size that you want. Okay, so that is it. If you are done, you press the enter on the keyboard. You can use the move to move it. So this is a custom shape. Let's draw another one. We go to custom shape. Up here we select another custom shape. Okay, let's see this bicycle. So we come to our work, left click, add and click and hold the shift button and we drag like this. Okay, we can use the move tool to move it by pressing V on the keyboard. Then we can use the left mouse button to move it. Okay, so we've drawn two custom shapes. Okay, now let's go to color gradient. So this is one color. Now the color gradient is giving it 2 colors or 3 colors or 4 colors or more than one color. So to give it a color gradient, after selecting the object you want to give it a color gradient, you come down here where we have the layer panel. Down here you see FX. You right click on the FX. Okay, or even if you left click, the same options will come. Then you go to gradient overlay. You select gradient overlay and a pop-up menu will come like this. You can drag it aside by left clicking and holding here and you drag it. Okay, you can left click and hold and you drag it like this. Now you see this color gradient. That is what is given to this object. To change it, you just click inside that box and it will be open like this. To change this color, you click in this small box here and the color will come down here. Then you click inside the color. You select the color you want to give. So let's say I want to give it this color. So I come and select the intensity or the type I want. If I'm okay with this, as you select, it appears here. Okay, so if I'm okay with this, I click on OK. To change this white, you click on this small box. Okay, and the white color will come here. You click inside the white and you come and select the color you want to give it to it. Then you click on OK. Okay, so you can click on OK here and you see the color gradient given to the shape. Okay, now you can still play around it. You see here we have linear. When you click inside the linear, we have radiant. When you select the radiant, you see it changes angle, reflected, diamond. So you can just play around it. So this is the linear, and still with the linear you can still change the angle. You see here we have 90 degrees, so you can just be playing around it, you see. And as you move it, the gradient also changes position here. Okay, so you look to your work as you change it to how you want it to be. So I think this is okay for me, so I can click on OK here. Let's give the bicycle to a gradient. So we click on the bicycle while we are using the move tool. Then we go down here to FX, gradient overlay. Okay, so we can click inside, drag it here by left clicking and holding at where we have the gradient editor or the heading. Then you click inside this small box because we want to change the color. You click inside the color and we select the color we want to use. Let's say this one. So this one, I click on enter on the keyboard or the OK there. You come here, you click inside the small box. Inside the color, you select the color you want. Let's say this dark orange. You either press enter on the keyboard or you press OK here. So this is the gradient. Now we can still add other colors. You can click here. You see a small box has appeared. You can click inside that small box color and click inside the color and change change the color of that one as well. Okay, so you see we have three colors. Now you can left click and hold this one and drag it. Okay, you can also drag these small boxes to adjust it. So you just play around it. Okay, you just play around it. Okay, so this is how we add gradients. Let's go to stroke work. To add a stroke to a work, you just select the work. So let's say this one. While using the move tool, you click on it to select it. Then you come down here, you see FX. Then you go to stroke. So this is the stroke. You can adjust the stroke size here. So it's currently at 3. I can take it to 10. Okay, or let's say 40. Okay, then you can play around it here. Either you want it to be outside the shape or inside or center. Okay, then also you can play these options as well. Now the opacity, how visible you want the stroke to appear, either 100% or you want it to appear 50% or like this. So you see, as you adjust the opacity, its visibility also changes. Now you can also change the color here by clicking inside this black color and selecting the color you want to give it. Okay, so let's say I want to give it a green color. Okay, so you see the color has changed to green. Now you can also click inside this here where we have the color, and instead of giving it a color, you can give it a gradient or a pattern. So let's say we want to give it a gradient. We select gradient and we can change the gradient colors like we did earlier. So you click inside, you select the color for this and like this. Okay, select color for this one too. Okay, so you see the stroke is also in 2 colors. So instead of using one color, you can also use gradient for the stroke. And that is how we add stroke to a shape. Okay, now let's go to shadow. Let's go to shadow. To add shadow to a work, you come down here to FX. After selecting the shape, you come down here, you see FX and you see drop shadow. So you click on drop shadow. And here you can also play around it. The distance of the shadow, you can adjust it, you see. And where the angle you want the shadow to be to, you can adjust it like this. Okay, now the spread of the shadow, you can adjust it to how you want it to be, and the size. So you look at it as you adjust it. Okay, now the blend mode too, you can play around, either normal, multiply, other blend modes will give you different appearance. Then the opacity too, either you want it to appear be more visible or to look faint. So you also adjust the opacity. So like this. Okay, let's give the bike to a shadow. So we select the bike, we come down here to drop shadow. I can adjust the distance like this, adjust the opacity. Now still here, I want to give the bike a stroke. I need not to go back and go to FS. You see the options here. So I can just go to stroke here and I click on the stroke. Okay, and I change the color to, let's say, white. Okay, I change the size to, let's say, 10. Stroke. Okay, so I change the size to, let's say, 10. Okay, and I mistakenly added a bevel and emboss. If you want, you can also play around all those options. Then you click on OK. So this is my bike to having a shadow and a stroke. So we've looked at stroke works, we've looked at shadow works, and we've looked at gradient. The border works, I think, is the same as the stroke work. Okay, so we've also looked at custom shapes. The last one is layer arrangement. Now, every object that you create here, or everything you have here, you have its layer at the layer panel. Okay, at the layer panel here we have, so we have 3 items here: the bike, the quotation, this thing, and the background. We have the 3: the bike, the quotation, and the background. So we have 3 items. So when you come down here, you see the bike. This is the bike, this is the quotation shape, and this is the background. Okay, now you can unlock the background by double clicking on it and pressing OK. You see the lock will go. There are certain things you want to do. Sometimes when the background is locked, it will not permit you. So it is better you unlock it. Now the shape too, you can change its name. So this shape, this is its layer. So every item you select, you see its layer will be selected at the layer panel. Okay, so let's say I want to change this name. Maybe the layers are too many. I'm creating a way the layers are too many. So I double click on it and I type bike, and to save. And this one, so I double click on it. Okay, you can simply double click on it and you enter the name. Let's say quote, or let's say quotation. Enter. You see, so you can change the name like that. Now let's come back to our work. You see, if I move the bike here, the bike is on top of the quotation box. Okay, now if I want the quotation box to come on top of the bike, I don't do it here, and you can't do it here. You need to do it at the layer panel. So I need to move this quotation box or quotation shape. I need to move its layer on top of the bike layer. So here you see the bike layer is on top of the quotation. So to bring the quotation on the bike, I need to drag the quotation layer up. So you left click and hold a space like this space. You can left click and hold and you drag it up like this and you release it so that it will be on top of the bike layer, and on your work you see it's now on top of the bike. So this is how we do the layer arrangement. If you want any object to appear on top, you bring its layer back. Okay,